If we're heading into a bear market, this could be a once in a lifetime opportunity and most people are going to panic. But the smart ones, they're going to take advantage of this. Let's break it down. So I wanted to share this chart with you guys that I came across because I think it's so important for all of us, especially as option sellers, to understand what is happening in the markets and what could potentially be happening here soon, if not already. So guys, I'll leave a link for this down below, but basically this is from First Trust and it's showing us that the average bull market lasts around 4 to 3 years, right? With an average return of 150%, right? But what's more important here is that the bear market, the average bear market lasts only around a year, 11 months, with an average loss of 31%. Why is this important? Right, guys, so this is where I say to you guys, we see the fear and greed index, right? We see we're at extreme fear at 17 right now, right? We see the VIX kind of starting to work its way towards 30, right? And we're going to get into that in a second. We're at 24 today. Big jump, right? Big jump this week on the VIX. But this chart is really important to see because us as option sellers, right? We, at the end of the day, we're long-term, right? We're long-term holders of the stocks that we're selling options on, collecting that juicy premium on, whether we're doing puts, whether we're doing calls, right? And it's always important to keep this in the back of your mind that bear markets historically don't really last long. I mean, guys, look at what happened even here, like when COVID 2020, a month, like that's it. Right? The last bear market during 2022, it lasted about 9 months, right? With a 25% decline. This is why I stress so much. So many people, they're like, selling options doesn't work during bear markets. Bruh, the bear markets, first of all, barely last, right? Even if it's about a year, if we're doing it on stocks that we love, who cares, right? We're going to be getting in at amazing prices. These are the times, I cannot stress this enough. These are the times when we see these massive dips in these amazing companies to be opening up your cash secured puts, right? And hopefully getting assigned. If so much so as to even say, to do weeklies on them to collect that premium, right? And get assigned, right? Potentially get assigned, right? And we're going to get into all of that in a second here if you guys don't really know what cash secured puts are and covered calls are and collecting income from the markets. But you could see these don't last long, these bear markets. And this is why a lot of people make a ton of money during these times when they can master and control their emotions. This is the hardest part about this entire thing, right? In trading and investing and honestly in life is mastering and being in control of your emotions. This is where we can see massive gains, right? Nobody knows if the market's just going to recover immediately right now. My opinion is everything that's going on with the tariffs and the kind of the instability of the market, I think we are going to go into a little bit of bear market. That's at least what I think. And I'm okay with it. I want that because these don't happen that often, guys, right? So we need to take advantage of them when we can. Like they really don't happen that often. What do we have? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 since like basically 2000, we only had really 5 opportunities, right? And it's always easier said than done, right? It's always easier said than done. Like, hey, well, on the next dip, I'm going to buy it. It's so much easier to buy it as the stocks are running up. This is where you're going to master your emotions. And this is why I love selling options, running the wheel strategy, because it forces me to buy the stock, right? It forces me to stick it to my plans of selling stock as well, right? And another interesting chart to see, guys, and this is what I wanted to share, is the VIX, right? This basically measures the volatility of the markets. And what's interesting about this, I actually did in our private group, kind of like a crash course on the VIX this morning. If we just quickly look overall, right? Like we did have a jump up over 30. Basically, when the VIX is over 30, right? That's like extreme fear, extreme volatility, juicy premiums during that time, right? That's when we love it. That's when those cash secured puts are printing them premiums for us, right? And you're gonna see that in a second. I'm gonna give you guys some examples and some stocks and some stuff our communities even getting into right now. So you can't necessarily see it on the chart right here, but the last time we had a quick blip in August, right, where we jumped up over right here. If you could see it on this chart, just jumped up over that 30 real quick and then kind of came back to reality. We haven't touched it since. So like, which is crazy. Like you would think with us being in extreme fear, right, in the markets, big sell-offs, right, we haven't even gotten to a VIX of 30 yet. Right? So what does that tell us? Well, if we go into a bear market, right, like we got ways to go here, right? Because when we look at this, like let's just say over all time, look at these massive spikes, right? During 2020, right? During 2008, during COVID, right? And they really correlate nicely to the bull and bear markets. You can kind of, it's all information, right? It's all information that's going to help you, right? So this is why I think we are going to go into a little bit of a bear market, because if we look at these charts, right, we can kind of see a little. I'm not a pattern guy, you guys know that. I'm not into like the whole day trading and risking a whole bunch of money, but we see a pattern starting to form here. Okay, so I do believe we are going to go into a bit of a bear market. So here's how we're playing it. So number one, we're looking at companies we want to get into at fantastic discounts, right? For me right now, I'm loving NVIDIA, I'm loving Google, and I'm even looking at SoFi this morning because we had a big drop, right? So if you don't know what selling options are or selling cash secured puts, basically you get to say you're going to buy a stock at a certain price, right? And get paid income for it upfront today. So let me show you guys a quick example. Let's say you want to buy SoFi, right? I'm just here on Robinhood. I'm clicking sell a put, and I'm going out to our April 4th expiration, right? I actually got into this when it was like closer to 5% and the premiums were even juicier, but we'll show for this example. So this is saying I'm going to sell a put, right, that expires on April 4th, and I'm willing to buy SoFi at a price that I choose and collect income for it. So let's say I'm willing to buy SoFi at $12, right? I'm willing to buy SoFi at $12, right, on April 4th. If it gets to 12, I'm totally fine. Market is trading at 30, but I would totally love to buy it at 12, right? You would actually collect $53 of income into your account, $50.96 after a small fee, the 4-cent regulatory fee that you have to pay. So let's go look at our cash secured put calculator right here. And what we are going to do is we are going to put in our $53, right? $53, and we are going to, what is our collateral? Our collateral is us saying we're willing to buy this stock. So unless you do it on margin, which I don't recommend you do if you're a beginner, is look at stocks that you can afford to get into. So with options, everything's by 100. So you're saying you're willing to buy 100 shares of SoFi at these levels. So you have to take 12 times 100. So that's $1,200, right? That's $1,200, right? And you could see we would get a 4.42% return collateral on our money right here, which is fantastic. You're not getting that in a lot of places, right? So that's basically, right, the collateral that you're putting, and you're collecting $53 of income, right? Now, you can buy more than one contracts, right? Like if you buy 5 contracts right here, you'd collect $265, but your collateral is going to be higher. It's going to be $6,000 in collateral that you have to that you'd have to put up, right? Because your brokerage, whoever you're using, isn't just going to let you be like, oh yeah, he's saying he's going to buy it, right? And just give you money, right? Like that's not going to happen. Now, that money is coming from those silly little options buyer. And when we collect that juice, we hit that juice button, right? You already know. So this is called a cash secured put. Now, a few things can happen, right? Let's say, the April 4th rolls around, right? Well, if SoFi does hit $12, right, you're going to have to buy those 100 shares, right? You would have to buy those 100 shares. So $1,200 will be taken from your account, and you'll be handed your shiny new 100 shares, right? Which is cool, because then we can do covered calls and collect some more juicy premium from our 100 shares as the collateral. But I'm getting ahead of myself, right? Which is fantastic. But usually what happens is most options expire worthless, as long as you're not playing around like real close to the money here. Most of them do expire worthless unless there's massive spikes, right? And this is also why I recommend always doing this on stocks that you don't mind holding, right? That goes for anything. Don't buy stocks that you don't like or believe in. Right? That's going to set you up for failure, right? So usually what does happen though is you'll just simply walk away with your $53 and move on to the next company. Like that's just it. And you just collected premium from your shares. Like that's awesome, right? So another one that I'm loving right now is NVIDIA, right? A decent drop today as well. I'm actually seeing a little bit of a recovery here, but this is a fun one because the premiums are really nice, and I've been wanting to get under NVIDIA under $100. So I'm just going to go out to April 11th so I can show you guys what those premiums are. Look at these premiums. So it says $765, but you times it by 100, right? So you collect actually $765 on this one if you say you'd be willing to buy it 36 days from now on April 11th for $114, right? Me personally, I'm looking at the under hundreds, right? Because that's just crazy, man. Like to get it under 100 or even look at the 100, right? Like that's a fantastic deal. So let's just look at these hundreds real quick. And you can see here, I would collect $287. So let's go take a look at what that return is going to be. $287, right? And our collateral here is a lot more, right? It's 100 times 10, $100 times 100, right? So that's going to be $10,000 that you would need as your collateral, but you're getting a 2.87% return on your money, which is fantastic for it being one of the most valuable companies in the world, and it's currently trading at $114, right? So this is called a cash secured put. So again, now if you get assigned, what can happen, right? What is the next thing that can happen if you actually own 100 shares? So let's pretend that NVIDIA actually, gets to 100 and now you're sitting here with 100 shares in your account. Well, the next thing we can do is something called covered calls or selling a call. So now we're doing sell a call. Now our collateral is no longer the money in our account. Our collateral is the 100 shares. So let's say you bought them for $100. I'll just stay real close at the money so the numbers aren't completely skewed with the premiums. And let's say you're willing to sell your shares for $115 now. You bought them for 100 and you're willing to sell them for 115. Well, just for you saying that you'd be willing to do that, you'd collect another premium, $825. Now I have another calculator here that I like to do. So we're just going to put 825 here. Right here where it says strike of option, that is what you're willing to sell for, and we said 115. Right here is our purchase strike price, is how much you actually bought your shares for, so we'll just say 100. So our premium return on this one now is 8.25%, right? That's what you bought them for. That's 10,000, right? And then your profit on the shares, if you actually sell them at $115 a share, you'll make an additional $1,500 for a total profit of $2,300, $2,325. And I always like to put in my premium here that I got on the cash secured put side of $287. Right? And so total, if this trade, all legs of this trade actually happen, you'd collect $2,600. Now, I know, full stop. Look, I don't want to set unreasonable expectation. You guys know me. I don't want to hype things up for you. A lot of this stuff doesn't even happen. Most of the time, like I kept saying to you, is your options expire worthless and you're simply walking away with this premium and running the play again. Okay? That's what usually ends up happening. Okay? So, but if you're playing closer to the money, I love to also sell my shares, and I call this my quad option strategy because we really are making income in 4 different ways on our trades. Number 1, the cash secured put, getting in on a company that we want at a price that we want, and we getting paid for it, right? Number 2 is the covered call, right? Then using our shares as collateral, right? And getting paid a premium for it and deciding at what price we're going to sell it, right? Then we also do this on dividend paying stocks, right? So even when we are holding the stocks and running covered calls on it, we're collecting dividends on that stock, which is freaking awesome, right? And then number 4, the appreciation sale. So when you actually end up selling your shares, you're making a profit on there. So this is called the quad option strategy. And I want to tell you guys about this community that I've grown. You guys know on this channel, this ain't no pitch fest on this channel. There's no $4,000 courses, right? But I have an amazing community that I want to tell you guys about, and that is called Option Seller School. And I want to extend the invite to a few of you guys at a massive discount if you want to join. And this community is so cool. If you're a non-toxic person and you want to just talk about selling options all day long, I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek because I've been talking to the community basically all morning. We've been sharing all our wins this morning, and I'm going to show you guys that here in a second. But I want to invite you, if you made it even this far into one of my YouTube videos, you're probably somebody really cool that I would love to have inside this community. All right, so stay with me. I'm going to give you guys a massive discount. Trust me, this ain't no $4,000 course. This is something I want affordable to real people, right? That want to be involved in the markets, but not stare at charts all day, right? We ain't staring at charts. We ain't the Picassos of the candlesticks. We're not day trading. We're not buying options. We're squeezing, right? We're squeezing juice from options buyers. That is what we are doing, right? So the first part is education, guys, right? You need to learn about this strategy. I don't want you going out there doing something crazy and then you lose a whole bunch of money. Last thing I want to happen for you. So the first thing is going through our quad options training and our strategy there, as well as there's advanced option strategies in there that we will get into, iron condors, butterflies, spreads, but that's stuff later on down the line. I recommend focusing in on this strategy for about a year, right? Because we don't trade a lot. Like, that's the best part about this strategy, guys. Like, we don't trade a lot, right? We just vibe out all the time and just collect juice, right? But we're not trading every single day, right? Like, that's just that usually what's happening, right? So I would say it takes about a year to really master this strategy before getting into some of the more riskier stuff, okay? So you're going to have that, the quad option strategy. You're going to have all the advanced trainings. There's no gatekeeping. There's no upsells here. There's nothing like that, all right? This is just a cool community that I wanted to create around people I want to hang out with every single day, which leads us to the community, right? So we have a live group chat. Think of putting a bunch of option sellers in your group chat, guys, and it gets crazy in there. Like I said, I've been talking to everybody this morning. And then I'll show you guys in a second. I might have to blur some of our conversations out. But that is like basically a group chat where you can make friends, you're meeting people, right? And it's just a cool, like basically a friends group chat, but with just talking option sellers, all right? We also have pre-market premiums. I go live every single morning at 9 a.m. to talk about all the plays that I'm looking at and setups that for that morning before open. You can jump on. If you can't jump on, not a big deal. Guess what? Once I'm done, it usually is around 30 minutes long before before the market open at 9:30. It'll get sent directly to your phone, so you'll get a bunch of the trade ideas and everything you need to know if you're looking for trades that day, which leads us to our trades, right? So you are getting the live trade feed and analysis, which will be sent to your phone by 9:30 every single morning. That way, if you are looking for different kinds of setups, I have a bunch of ideas that I'm looking through. I'm fortunate enough to be able to be doing this full time. So I'm just, I'm able to, spend a lot of more time researching the companies, looking at earnings, looking at charts, looking at things, right? But I understand most of you are busy people. You're busy professionals. You're successful in your own right, whether it's in your career or whatever, but you want to be involved in some way, shape, or form with the markets, but you don't want to be sitting in your office or and looking at your computer all day long. So you're going to get all of the trade analysis, all the reasons why. You'll hear me say that a lot, right? Because I don't want you, listen, guys, this isn't where you copy my trades, right? Listen, you're a smart person. I say that all the time. You guys that view this channel, I truly believe you're smart. And I'm not here I don't think you're dumb enough to be somebody that I'm saying to you, hey, copy my trades and you'll be a millionaire. Look, if you think that, dude, this ain't for you, right? I want you to understand why things are happening. Okay, I want you to, that's my goal with this, is to make you a beast at this so you can go out there and teach this to other people, because I think this is an amazing strategy for all of us to understand. Like, and trust me, I know I have a lot of successful friends and they have no idea what this stuff is, right? And I think this is an amazing strategy, as you guys have shortly seen the kind of returns that you can get and going into great companies, right? You're also going to get my live watch list and research, again, why, right? And I update that pretty much on a weekly basis. So any ideas that I have, I'm tossing in there, and you guys are able to watch my live watch list to see what things I'm looking at. But again, the trade feed and analysis, you'll be getting into your inbox every single morning, and you could text it to your phone. There's a great app. So it's basically like a messenger app for our option seller schools. We put a ton of effort into this to make us all be able to stay connected with each other, okay? The last one is expertise, right? So you basically have 24/7 support here, guys. And I get it. During market, I'm pretty much available. Look, I'm sitting here all day hitting juice buttons. Like that's just what I do. So I'm pretty much available to throughout the entire market, and even like when I'm just hanging out, right? Like after market, like and there's questions, I'm there, right? I'm there for you, right? So look, my whole thing with this is no one gets left behind. We all squeeze and juice from these silly little options buyer. I call them they're the brokies. If you want to channel Andrew Tate, right? I'm not a big fan of Andrew Tate, but the brokies are doing options buying plays. They just are, because they can't afford to do selling options, right? They gamblers, right? And we like, think about it. It's like people that go to casinos and spend all their money, right? They're trying to make it big. Like literally, like they're like, again, they're just trying, look, the people that just buy every day, they're buying lottery tickets, right? They're throwing their money away, throwing it. And guess what? Hit me with it. Like, hit me with that money. That's where I'm coming in and taking your money, right? And it's the same thing, like the casino analogy. It's literally like the best analogy I could give you guys, right? Is when you are selling options, you are the house and you're collecting all the chips from those people coming in the door, sitting at tables till all night long and just hoping and praying that they make a little bit of money, right? It's insane. Sometimes they hit it big, fantastic, good for them. But guess what? We're setting ourselves up as the house and collecting all their chips, all right? It's insane, right? So basically, where am I going with this? I don't know, but you're basically going to get 24/7 support with me, guys, and obviously in live chat. We also have an expert Q&A section. I'll show you guys here in a second. And then our coaching calls. You're always able to jump on at 9 a.m. with me Monday through Friday. And again, I'm pretty much available during market because I'm sitting here and watching the news basically all day long. My TV's over there. My computer whole setup's here. This is what I do. This is what I vibe out, and I want you guys, if you're cool, to jump in here. So let me go give you guys a quick little preview today. I'm not going to like show all of our charts here, but this was just this morning, us all chatting. Scott here collected a whole bunch of premium. I shared I was collecting some premium on SoFi. John here collected about, what did he collect? Like $200 in premium, right? So we had a really solid morning. And then we have our share wins channel here as well. This is where you're going to post all of your various wins that you're making. This is our trading feed that I have that basically gets sent to your inbox along with the recording of the session as well. I'll post charts in there, all of that good stuff. We also have our whole quad options course. I'm not going to click that because that's where all like the links and stuff are, but there's a ton of trading. There's a ton of AI. So I know you guys love the AI stuff that I'm doing. There's a full module in here just for AI that I'm using, like different kinds of prompts and stuff that I haven't shared here on the channel. Our expert Q&A section. That's where if it's a very specific question that you have for your specific thing, you can post it in there. Our resources and tools, so all of the different calculators and a ton of other things that I have that I've used and developed just for myself, because I'm a simple guy. I think you guys know I'm not complicated. I'm not super smart. I like to keep things simple. You guys have all of those tools in there. So if you want to join, click down below. There's only 10 spots for this bonus. It's 50% off. Guys, you're gonna get it for $50. Like if you're strapped for $50, like then this is definitely not for you, right? But it's actually $49. So you can use the code bonus50 and your first month will be 50% off. And I know you're gonna love it and you're gonna stay with us forever and for life. Like I just know it because if you made it even this far into the video, like you're somebody I want to hang out with. You're going to, I want to do like live in-person events. I'm planning to do some like cool like awards or something like that. Like how long people stay in option seller school. Send out some juice, some of these juice buttons. So I have a bunch of cool stuff planned for this community and I'm really, really excited for it. So again, the link will be down below. Use the coupon code bonus50. There is only a limit of 10 of these because we don't want this community to grow too fast. Okay. We don't want this to be some massive community, but it's $99 a month. Like I think all of you guys, like, I mean, look at the premium. like my goal, I can't guarantee you, right, how much money you're going to make because everybody's situation is different, but I would hope that you easily pay off your membership fee with collecting premium. Like I can't imagine you not being able to do that. I don't know exactly what you're doing if you're not, but again, guys, check that link down below. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know we went on a little bit of a tangent here with Option Seller School, but I'm excited because we just recently launched this and it's such a fun time. And I want to have just continue these amazing conversations happening with everybody inside of the community. So check that down below. And if you like this sort of stuff, make sure to like, comment, and follow because I release new content like this here each and every single day. Remember, guys, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I will see you inside Option Seller School.